Hi, viewers, welcome back to our part 4 series of Seth Thomas rebuilding the 113 movement. I would much rather prefer to make a one video of it instead of making it in parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. But because of difficulties, I'm doing in a series of videos. Now, we left off, okay, where did we leave off? Okay, we put on this bracket here. The longest screws go over here. We got this bracket and also this whole assembly here, and then the screws in the back, and the suspension has to run through this post or this bridge. Okay, now the gathering pallet, which is this little guy here. Can you see? Focus. Well, anyways, this gathering pallet should be greased or oiled. Probably grease right there. I would put a tiny drop of grease right there after assembly, or before. I would put it after assembly. Make sure to it would be a good idea to lubricate that pivot, that oil sink there, ahead of time. Otherwise it could get kind of hard afterwards. So just move the rack out of the way, install it, and just kind of push down on it. You can use 2 screwdrivers if you like, or fingers. And then we're gonna adjust it left or right depending on where it should land. And what you can do is give a little bit of power to the strike train, so that way this gathering pallet is moving in a counterclockwise position. And see that part where it rubs? Right there you would need to have a little bit of grease. And you can watch the hammer. I haven't installed the hammers yet, but these levers for the hammers, it's not supposed to stay in the up position, it's supposed to finalize. Inside here is a star wheel, and it's supposed to finish its strike and then rest. Watch. You see, that's incorrect right there. So what you can do, and you also want to make sure that it rests right here. So you can move it a little bit clockwise, like that. And then you want to hold the governor or the fan flywheel like that, and gently adjust this strike wheel, the star wheel, going it could be difficult. If it's really tight, you don't want to apply too much force. You can bend it, you can break teeth, you can bend pivots, you can do a whole lot of damage. You want to make sure it doesn't have too much tension as you're doing it. So just want to rest against something safe like a post here, and use a screwdriver or some other method to adjust it. No, it doesn't want to budge right now, so you could put a drop of oil where the where it's pressed together. Anyway, so I'll get to that later, but I just want to show you assembly. So that goes there, and also the hammers. Hammers don't have any specific orientation. They're all identical. Some of them, like the Kenningers and Hermele movements, have, if you look at the hole, you'll see a, like a, what do you call it, like a bevel. So when the bevel side goes facing inward. But anyways, these don't have it. These are These holes are identical, so just put it on. There. Torque them and make sure they're straight. Make sure they're as straight as possible. We're going to do the final adjustments after we case it. I won't make a video on that, but it's important to make sure they're not crooked left and right. And also inspect the hammer tips. Make sure you have some leather exposed. If it's completely gone or worn down, you want to make sure you clean up that excess, all that old leather, and make a new one. Some of them have I'm not exactly sure, they're like plastic material. I think they might be polyurethane or something. I'm not sure what they're made out of. Some silicone like material, but these don't get into the cleaner. You can hand clean them with a brush, or lightly buff it up with your flex shaft, but I don't put them in the cleaner. Okay, one more. Now the reason why it's sticking up is because it's in the middle of chiming. So if you just turn that wheel that we were talking about, and you're only supposed to turn it, and it's better to turn it in a counterclockwise position because this is the direction of the chimes. Okay, I'll do the adjustment afterwards, but if you look at it, they should all be roughly straight. And that's that. Also, make sure you apply some pressure to the time barrel. With your finger, and that would have to be okay. So apply some pressure this way to the left. As you're doing that, you're going to see and move the verge or the pallet. You're going to see it tick. Just make sure it doesn't bind or come tooth to tooth contact, you know. Okay, so a little bit of the oiling. We're gonna go over the oiling just a tad bit, and this is your leader or your hanger. It goes on the suspension spring and through the post or the shaft. So you just put it in like so first, and then hang it on your suspension spring like that. Okay, it's a good idea to put a little bit of grease on this shaft so it doesn't give you that excess noise when it's tick tock. It doesn't make a tick tick tock tock noise. It makes it more like a better sound to it. You don't hear any excess noises. Okay, so oiling. I've already oiled under the gathering pallet. I've already oiled all these posts. See this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. And also your minute wheel post and your hand shaft. So these are oiled already. These 3 arbors, and also the actual barrel arbors are oiled. So now we do oil the grate wheels. I already oiled underneath that cam. Okay, this side looks good, and then also under behind this, you can do it from the inside if you like. There. Okay, now we turn it this way. Music wheel. Do not forget to oil the music wheel pivot here, and also underneath. So you can do that from the inside if you like. Yeah. Check your end shakes. Always, it's a good idea to check your end shakes and your oiling. Be very careful with oiling. Don't over oil. Okay. This post is also pre-oiled. We discussed. Okay. Now in this model, you also need to oil. It would be a good idea to oil these as well. So, not the whole thing, just the oil sink. So this is for your chime or silent. You see, what it does is just activates the hammers or deactivates it. And as it's doing that, as you can see right here, what's going on is there's friction involved. Anywhere there's friction involved should have grease. You see. So I would put a little bit of grease in there. And this is rotating, so that's why you need oil there. So this is chime and this is silent. Let's put on chime. Okay. And then this side is your advanced and retarded, or slow and fast. Or advanced is fast, slow is retarded. So you might see A and R, or you might see S and F on a dial. So same thing here. Oil and oil there. Okay. Now, also you want to oil the exit pallet inside there. It's kind of hard to get to. You might want to use an oiling stick like that. And I'm not going to do it right now, but actually let's go ahead and do it. Okay. You can oil the entry pallet and the exit pallet if you like. Just apply power to spread all the oil out to all the teeth, and that's about it. After that, you can do your adjustments, or you can do your adjustments before you oil it. That's what I do a lot of the times. Also, you want to grease that top portion of your gathering pallet also carefully with an oiler. Grease the warning wheel pin. Warning wheel pins are right here. This one right here. there's a pin right there. And also for your strike. So that's about it. I'm not covering every little detail, but I try to do the best I can to explain to you what is involved with making this clock turn into a working clock, and how important it is to do the proper assembly and the oiling as well. So chiming wise, you want to, the chime adjustment, you want to bring it to your 1/4 hour or your 3/4 will work. Basically, just put the hand on, find where your 1/4 hour is. So that's your, if that's your hour, this would be your 1/4. You can check 1/4, half, 3/4, and hour. Bring it to your 1/4. Turn this wheel until it comes to a stop, and as you're turning it, you can adjust this here and bring it to the end of the 1/4 hour on the cam. That's about it. Make sure that you do that. Double check your work. If you need to, you might need to separate the plates to move this warning wheel location. You may need to separate this gear, this warning wheel, so that way the pin is a little bit retarded, as there is an adjustment here. So either you need to separate it and move it, but first you want to find out if you need to do that or not. You can take out these barrels and just do your adjustments at first hand, and then do your oiling and then assemble these, or you can assemble everything and then have to take stuff apart if you need to. It's up to you, but this is one of the ways to do it. What I do is I don't even assemble the barrels and the mainsprings here. I don't assemble this plate. I do my adjustments first, and then if the adjustments are correct, then I start installing these barrels and this plate. Then I do the oiling. So you could do it that way if you like. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.